Hey, yo, what up, what up, what up? It's Lemekh with Salah Sports TV back at you with another one. Hey, let's talk about this lightweight division real quick. Let's talk about this lightweight division because just like that, this division has become uh, a glamour division, right? This division has become a glamour division. The welterweight division pretty much died on the vine. The welterweight division pretty much died on the vine. It's almost criminal with Errol Spence, and I'm gonna go ahead and include Terrence Crawford as well, just because he's a part of it. I do feel like Crawford made more attempts to get the fight done, but um, I think he made some mistakes as well. But before we get into that, um, we're gonna talk about this lightweight division, man. Uh, Shout out to the champ Devin Haney, undisputed lightweight champion. Um, the guy, I was never a big fan of this guy. Anybody that has followed this channel, anybody that knows me, they know that I was never a huge Devin Haney fan, right? I'm the type of person that you have to make a believer. But once you make me a believer, then I'll be on your side, right? That's how I get down. I've always favored Shakur Stevenson between the two, okay? But here's what I gotta say, and this needs to be said. Shakur Stevenson has done absolutely nothing at lightweight. He is not deserving of a title shot. He's not. And here's why. Shakur Stevenson was a champion at junior lightweight, right? I believe he had a fight with Conceição. I think that's who it was. And he blew his fucking belt on the scale. Shakur Stevenson blew his title on the scale. Nobody said anything about it. Nobody, everybody gave him a pass on that. Oh, he's a growing boy. I don't want to hear that shit. You're a professional fighter. You see this guy right here? He's struggling to make weight, but he's making it. No excuses. The guy didn't give himself any excuses, not only for making weight, but for performing well in these fights. See, shit like that, I respect that shit. You can see the effect that his dad has on his life. You can see it. And that's what I think all the hate is about. It's the fact that this kid has a strong father, a good father, right? Does not fit the usual narrative of what we see. I'm not going to get into all that racial shit. Y'all love to talk race, man. I had no idea. I mean, I knew boxing was a pretty racist sport, but it's unbelievable, man. It really is. And y'all know I'm not the big race guy. I don't do I don't race bait. I don't race hustle. You know, I criticize my own people and I criticize anybody else. And I can take the criticism as well, right? I'm not one of them that can't take it. They can dish it out and can't take it. If the criticism is legit, hey, open my eyes, right? But yeah, man, this space is they're using all this stuff against the boxing fans, right? All this racism, all this favoritism, biasness, it ends up hurting the boxing fan, right? You got some of us that just want to make this thing a sport again. We want to take it out of the realm of entertainment. So when you cocksuckers, you Canelo cocksuckers start talking about the face of boxing and all this other sideways shit, we don't want to hear that. That goes into entertainment, idolatry and shit like that. Fuck all that. Go out there and win your matches. That's it. Or lose. or lose the match. Either way, we're going to respect you for that. But all that extra shit, save it. Keep that shit over there. Now back to the one Mr. Devin Haney. Man, this kid made me a believer, man. Y'all saw my prediction video. I predict Lomachenko to win. Why? Because up to this point, we had not seen Devin Haney sit down on punches and sit there in the pocket and bang on the inside. We haven't seen him do that. Right? Well, he did it against Lomachenko. That deserves respect. Win or lose. I was ready to give him his credit, win or lose. Right? I scored the fight. I had the fight. People know I had the fight. I scored it for Devin Haney, even though I picked Lomachenko to win. Right? The whole time I'm watching the fight, I'm like, man, these commentators are tripping, man. I don't know what the fuck they talking about. I saw all the little sneaky shit they was doing. Every time Devin Haney's getting off, they talking over top of, just talking about about what Loma did 2 minutes ago. Loma throw a 3-punch combination, and one of the punches will land, like one shot will land, barely land, and they'll just go on and on 2 minutes later. See, that works on that sleight of hand shit. That works on you. It's to the point now. I used to have to turn down the commentating and all that. I don't even have to turn the shit down no more. They can say whatever the fuck they want. I know what I see. I know what I'm watching. I can see counter shots and body shots. Right? The crowd, the commentators, that shit has no effect on me. I'm good at the shell game. And I can't be gaslit. At this point in my life, I can't be gaslit. But I just want to say, man, I was never the biggest Haney fan. I was never, but I'm becoming more of a Devin Haney fan now. I just like the way he carries himself. Does not feed into anyone's negativity. He keeps going. He keeps going. He understands that the haters are going to come. The haters are going to come, especially after a fight like this. Especially after a fight like this. I know just off of some of the ugly comments left on my page, I don't really care. I laugh at it, I take it with a grain of salt. I can only imagine the comments and the hate mail that he gets. Right? But I see a lot of these boxing channels on YouTube. It's funny how they want to cite all these other sources when it's convenient for them, right? So now the thing is, you want to cite Shakur Stevenson, who is a rival boxer of Devin Haney. And we want to use him as a source and say, oh, Shakur said so-and-so won. Are you really that fucking stupid? Shakur Stevenson is not a rival of Lomachenko. And he knows that. Lomachenko will be pretty much passing him the torch. Lomachenko is not a rival of Shakur Stevenson. This guy is. They're roughly around the same age. They're both young guys. But one of them is doing what he's supposed to do. One of them is getting titles and defending the titles and, making weight. And the other one, he's very good. This guy, I actually think Shakur's a better fighter, but who cares about what I think? He hasn't proved to be better than Devin Haney. He hasn't achieved what Devin Haney has achieved. Right? And whether he will or not, that remains to be seen. But what I don't like is how, this guy, Devin Haney, They made him go to Australia for a George Kambosos fight. Hey, no problem. Go over there and get the bag, because you can get the bag for a fight like that over there. An undisputed fight in Australia against an Australian is a big money fight, as well as the rematch. So it was very smart for him to go over there. Smart, but not easy. Not easy to go over there. Who else would have did it? Who else would have did what he did? I don't think Shakur goes over there. I think that he hides behind the business, right? And he doesn't go to Australia. Tank, we know Tank's not going to Australia. Tank is in a protective bubble. Like, I see the real shit. And that's what I respect. Nobody expected him to do that. Even when they gave him the deal, telling him he has to go over there to Australia twice, they didn't expect him to sign it. He did, because the guy believed in himself. He comes back with the titles. Nobody's really giving him the credit he deserves, even though he beat an undisputed champion. George Kambosos got all the credit when he beat Teofimo Lopez. People had no problem giving Kambosos the credit. People trying to make him into a pound for pound guy, like he's that guy, right? When Haney beat him twice, it's like, oh man, it was George Kambosos. Now George Kambosos reverts back to being trash. See, you got to watch the sleight of hand with these people, man. So he says, fine. Lomachenko ain't my mandatory, but he's y'all guy. I'm going to fight him. I've been trying to fight Lomachenko for the longest, right? I'm going to fight Lomachenko. Voluntarily. He wasn't forced, wasn't dragged. He didn't try to get a franchise title to avoid nobody. He said, no, that's y'all guy. That's the tough guy. I'm going to fight him. And we saw what happened. We know what happened. You can cry robbery all you want, but just do it knowing that you also called it a close fight, dumbass. Anybody can see that this was a close fight. Close fights can go either way. And as far as I'm concerned, when you're undisputed champion, you have to take the belts from the champion. It's always been that way. You have to take the belts off of him. So I don't know what the hell Lomachenko was thinking in that 12th round when he says he took a break in the 12th round. Well, all right, you deserve to lose. And if you Lomachenko fans and Devin Haney haters, if y'all were honest, you would say that. You would question why Loma gave up that 12th round. Because in my opinion, if he wins that round, he wins the fight. Took his foot off the gas, and he won like 3 straight rounds before that. Why would you do that? You know why? Because he's a fucking amateur. He's an amateur. People talk about all these other fighters. Lomachenko has no killer instinct. None. He has no killer instinct. The one time I saw him have with the killer instinct was the Nakatani fight. That's the best I've ever seen him fight. But you see, the guy has no killer instinct. Even against Comey, it's like he's taking his foot off the pedal. Like this is the amateurs. Like he wants the referee to basically stop. No, you gotta hurt the guy. It's the hurt business, brother. So I'm sorry that y'all's hero isn't what he was quite cracked up to be. But how could he? I mean, they were singing this. They were talking about this guy. Like, I mean, come on. The stuff Bob Arum said that he's better than Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard, bro. Like, shut the hell up. You sound ridiculous. Is Lomachenko a good fighter? Yes. Is Lomachenko a great fighter? Yes. I think Lomachenko is a great litmus test for any fighter. But he ain't that guy. Let's not make him an all-time great, because he's not. And when people say, "Oh, he's a future Hall of Famer," this is not hating. This is not me hating. I just want to know why. Now, if you're gonna base it off his amateur record, fine, I'll accept it. I accept that. I accept that Lomachenko's a Hall of Famer based off his amateur record. The guy was a phenomenal amateur. But as a pro, Hall of Fame? Why? Based off what? Based off of what? He's got 3 losses. And frankly, like, bro, you got 3 losses. Like, I would expect you to be able to, you should be used to these losses by now. You should be able to take these losses a little bit better by now. This ain't your first loss and not your second. I know you think you're undefeated and all that. No. No, you're not undefeated. You've lost fights. You lost your second or third fight of your career. Got beat up and lost. Then they threw you right back in the title shot the next fight. It's not hate, it's facts. So now, fast forward to now, we got people now. Devin Haney just went to Australia twice. Just beat Lomachenko voluntarily, right? Doesn't have a scratch on him. No scratches, right? But now he's supposed to go right into a Shakur Stevenson fight. Man, get the fuck out of here. I like Shakur Stevenson. In a fight, I favor Shakur Stevenson. I'm just saying, like, nah, man. Shakur he don't just get a shot at undisputed. At lightweight. You haven't done the work yet. You haven't done the work. So I don't see these guys fighting at lightweight. I don't see it. I don't see it. We have to see how things go at 140, you know? Devin Haney has the frame of a welterweight. Shakur Stevenson, I think 140 might be his limit. Personally, I think Shakur Stevenson's limit might be 140. But they can meet there somewhere around 140. But, like, yeah, that's what I think it'll be. It can't be here. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. So, yeah, I do think it was sour grapes when they asked Shakur Stevenson. I think Lomachenko won. Lomachenko won the fight. I mean, he's there in the crowd. He's hearing the same shit that everybody else hearing. He's not scoring the fight. Now, granted, I'll give it to you. He's watching with a trained eye, more trained than I'll ever be as a professional boxer, absolutely. But he's at the fight. Like, he's there enjoying himself, having a good time. He is not scoring that fight. Like we were scoring it at home. So, man, oh man. I think it's see, I'm different, man. Like when stuff like this happens and Devin Haney just gets all this hate for, oh my goodness, like Tyson Fury beat the shit out of Deontay Wilder, right? Beat the shit out of Deontay Wilder twice. Threw him around, beat him down, like he threw him down the flight of steps, right? Nobody said anything. When Usyk beat AJ a couple times, right? Booped AJ's nose a few times, right? And somehow won those fights. Nobody said anything. But the second Devin Haney beats Lomachenko, it's like, oh, the only reason y'all saying it is racial. It's racist. It's racist. Y'all just being racist. Man, shut your bitch ass up. The only reason you thought Devin Haney wins because he's a black and you just want to see the white guy lose. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Y'all don't even realize how stupid you sound. So by that logic, the only reason you want to see Devin Haney lose is because you want to see the black guy lose, right? Like, why they don't know that can go both ways? They think they're the purveyors of truth and shit. The fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get your feelings under control. I predicted Lomachenko to win. He didn't win the fight. He lost. I was wrong. Devin Haney won. Life goes on. But you fanboy cocksuckers are fucking things up, man. But you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know it's bad when we got boxing channels using quotes from Lil Boosie's boxing critiques to prove their points. Nelly. Wow. Who knew that those guys were I had no idea they even watch boxing. But that's what we want to. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Like, man, if you don't shut the fuck up. I'm talking about straight clown shit, bro. That's what we doing now. And yeah, the hit dog is going to holler. So a bunch of people that wanted Loma to win, of course they're going to be louder. But if you dig a little bit deeper, it's just as many people saying Devin Haney won. We just not being all loud and crying about it because the guy won. We thought he won, and he won. Again, I thought Lomachenko was going to win this fight. I thought he was going to deliver a masterpiece performance. Kind of like the Nakatani fight, but he didn't. Maybe he would have if Devin Haney had fought him a certain way. I think he was ready for Devin Haney on his back foot. But when Devin Haney came out in the pocket on his front foot, like maybe that threw his plan off. Right? But nobody's ever going to say, man, Lomachenko got 3 losses, man. What? It's time to get rid of Papachenko. No. We don't say that, right? Yeah, we're going to keep it even Steven over here. Even Steven. If you notice, I ain't said nothing about race. I'm just talking about boxing. Right? See, this is the same type of stuff you deal with in the business world, but like you gotta be able to handle it. You gotta be able to stand there and take it. Not just stand there and take it, and not even being like stand there and somebody say something to me. It ain't about that. Sure, there's a time to speak up for yourself. And there's a time to speak up for others. But like most of the time, you just do what you gotta do. And everything will be fine. That's what this guy's doing. He's saying, look, man, I ain't worried about what everybody's saying. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Personally, I don't think he's trying to be the bad guy. Maybe the push against Loma. Maybe people want to make him the bad guy because he pushed Loma. I don't. I just saw a dude that was hungry as fuck. The dude was hungry, man. I get like that. The dude was hungry and he knew that's the guy he's about to fight. Yeah, man. It's like, I'm ready to put hands on you now. I don't think that makes him a bad guy. I don't. And if it does, then shit, Canelo got to be a supervillain because he pushed Caleb Plant across the fucking ring and then cracked him in the face, made him bleed and shit at a press conference. Nobody said anything. The same people acting all outraged about a push, want to sue and protest. Them same people who thought it was entertaining when Canelo, when he snuffed Caleb Plant at the press conference. Just out of control. That was no problem. Right? So now we got Devin Haney. He's out here getting all this hate, right? The guy doesn't do anything wrong outside the ring. He's a boxer. His number one priority is boxing. He's not out trying to be a thug. He's not having hit and runs over pregnant women. He's not beating up women, right? But Tank gets all y'all love. It's that same shit that I'm talking about. I'm telling you. Tank, y'all, everybody loves Tank. And everybody who is a fatherless punk, right? But everybody hate this guy because, man, people are whacked out, man. People whacked out. But before this video gets off into a different tangent, let me go ahead and stop it here. If you like the video, go ahead and stand in the pocket with that like button and bang off to the body. Peace.